I'm back out on a familiar rail trail. If you want to see where I'm at and what I find along the way, stay tuned. So today I'm back down here in Pottstown, Montgomery County, and I wanted to get out on the e-bike and do a little riding. So I decided to come down here and hop on the Schuylkill River Trail here at Riverfront Park. And ride it up to Birdsboro once again and back. See if there's anything happening along the way since my last visit here last year after I got this e-bike. I wanted to take a spin around Riverfront Park on the trail that they have there. It goes down by the river and everything, but the trail is closed for some reason. So we won't be able to do that. But one thing I am noticing along here, they really cleaned up this area along here that was all overgrown and had homeless camps and stuff here. Really trimmed the brush back, and it looks fairly nice now. So it is a gorgeous day to be out riding. It's probably in I'd say lower to mid 70s right now. No breeze blowing or anything like there was yesterday. But this is the week of 4th of July. So I'm finally able to get out and create more content, which is something I wanted to do for a while, but scheduling and weather and everything else just doesn't allow it at times. So I was on this trail. This will be my third time riding this now. I was here when I got the scooter. I was here last year when I got the e-bike, and now I'm back again. So yeah, it is a repeat filming of a location, but still a nice ride, and you never know what changes might come along the way since I last filmed it. But I do want to make a stop up here in Douglasville at Mons John's Village and see if they've done any more archaeological digs up there since I checked it out last year. And as always, I'm keeping track of my mileage and calorie burning with Runkeeper on my phone and my Guard Pro Ultra 2 Plus smartwatch. So I figured I'd get out here and ride this today rather than wait until Thursday, which is the July 4th holiday. and the rest of the weekend, because some people have off the 4th and a long 4-day weekend. Some people only have off on the 4th and have to go back to work Friday. But in either case, with it being a holiday weekend, this trail is going to be very busy no matter where you're at on it. Something interesting along here that I never noticed before until now. If it's showing up on the camera, and it looks like there are some railroad ties over in there, but it almost looks like this could have been a railroad bed for something at one time, but it does stop right over there on the left. There is the end of it. So looking at the old photographs of the Pennsylvania Railroad when it ran through here, I don't recall seeing anything here, but that doesn't mean that it could predate the aerial photographs, because they only go back to 1932. And there was furnaces along here, but I don't think there was any right in this area. The only thing that was here, which is off to my right, is the former Stanley G. Flagg Company, which made pipe fittings, and that has long since been torn down. But I don't think this had anything to do with that. But it does come out here and meet up with the former railroad bed here that I'm on, so very well could have been some kind of siding for something. I'll have to see if I can find some more information on that, but never noticed that before until now. Crossing over into Berks County, where it goes from macadam to the fine powdery stone. This is just a great section through here of the ride. Love the cutout. Saw something else too back here. Never noticed this until now. That there is, if it comes out, back up a little bit here. Right there is, you can see it is a cement foundation. So no doubt that foundation there with the 4 bolts sticking up out of it was definitely for a signal at one time. Most likely where it started, went from 1 track to 2 tracks, or if there was a siding down here or however. But that is definitely a foundation for a signal tower. And right over here is an old railroad tie laying. There's another one that was laying just a couple feet back. Some more laying along the bank here. Stuff I did not notice before, but did now. The one thing I will say about this trail, and I'm sure I mentioned it before, they do keep the weeds cut back for the most part. I'm not sure if some of the residents that live along here mow along the trail, or if it's volunteers with the Schuylkill River Greenway Association that come through here and mow sections of it. Definitely better than the Swatara Rail Trail that I was on a few weeks ago out there in Lebanon. Squirrel Hollow Road crossing we're coming up on. Be nice if there would be some bells ringing right now to catch a train going by here, but I have yet to catch one along here as I'm riding. Gonna make a stop here and point something out because I'm pretty sure this is it. And if I can find the photograph again, I will show it to you. That is the Douglasville train station for the Pennsylvania Railroad, now a house. Let's put it this way, I am 99% sure that is it. So if I can find an old photograph again, and I believe it was taken from this angle on this side, you'll get to see it. Coming up on the Schuylkill River Bridge of the Pennsylvania Railroad. So while we're here, might as well stop taking some of the sights of the river along here. And looks like there's more debris that washed down here since last year and is blocking the river at this particular part of the bridge. I remember reading an article somewhere that they are supposedly going to be cleaning this out at some point, getting rid of all this debris in here so the river can flow more freely again under this bridge. But when they do, this trail is going to be closed because they'll have the equipment sitting up here on the bridge. So I'm not quite sure when that's going to happen yet. But the river is pretty clear today, with even with the recent rains we had the past couple days. Still nice and clear. And I had to switch to the phone for this because I just discovered something down here at the river, swimming right there. If that's an otter or a fisher or what that is right there. Definitely not a beaver. Does not have the flat tail. Now there's two of them down there swimming around. They came out of the weeds right over there along the sandbar, and now they went back in again because they heard me talking. Lots of tires laying at the bottom of the river there. There's at least a half dozen or so tires that I can see going up through there. So that was a nice little break back there on the bridge. Checking out the wildlife there in the river. So now we're going to be getting into the more remote area of the trail. Pretty much from here up until we reach 724 at that bridge that they built a few years ago. Got some wildlife up ahead there. Yep, got 3 deer up there, and that guy just came from up there and they crossed over. It's a mom and her 2 fawns that were just born this year by the looks of it. Most likely they're trying to get down to the river to get something to drink. those were definitely born this year, with all the spots on them. So they're in that marshy area there, getting a drink, headed towards the river. So while we're up here in Birdsboro, I want to check something out that I discovered the last time I was here, but didn't know how to get over to it. And I had to get back because rain was moving in, but we're going to take a trip down here and see if I can get across here and look at something. Yeah, this is definitely it. So let's see if I can find see if that piece of information is here. Yes, it is. So right over in there where my finger is the wall, and it goes over behind the building right there. That is where the aqueduct was that took the Schuylkill Canal over Hay Creek here. And we'll go down to the parking lot, you'll be able to see the wall of it better, but the aqueduct was removed in the early 1950s. So there is a better view of the wall that was there for the aqueduct. So this will be the turning point for us to turn around and head back. Because the canal would have went straight across. And pretty much went through where the Turkey Hill is. Almost where those dumpsters are is where the canal would have been. Now this is what I'm talking about. Just so nice and calm along here. Definitely could handle floating down the river on a kayak today. I have every intention of getting my inflatable one out yet this year, but hasn't happened yet. All right, took a nice break there by the river, and now we are going to slowly make our way back to Pottstown. So I think what we're going to do while we're here is actually take a different trail, if it's not too bad, and venture onto French Creek State Park lands. So we're about halfway up, I should say halfway between the SRT and Pottstown. Got a couple more inclines to go here, and then we'll be there. And again, this is the Big Woods Trail, which branches off of the SRT and is part of French Creek State Park. So here are some of the views from here, and this is just fantastic. And I can't really zoom in because it won't turn out that good, but way over there in the distance at the tip of my finger, I can see the radio station tower that's in Boyertown. There's Monocacy Hill right there that I hiked last spring, early spring it was. And right over there is Amityville, and the Ole Valley's over through there. Might be able to zoom in a little bit. Show you some of the hills in the back there. Just a spectacular view here. Right about there in the center is where that radio tower is, way off in the distance. Not too bad of a trail there, at least for an e-bike. Definitely would not have made it with the scooter. And a regular bike, you would have been huffing until you got to the parking area up there at the top. So we are just about back at the parking lot. 23.8 miles today. And trip-wise was 4 hours and 24 minutes. And according to my smartwatch, heart rate was 96. And I burned 1,107 calories. So thanks for coming along. Until next time, let's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.